All right, this is what a bunch of criminals look like starting to run a race.
Have fun!
This is the start of the Buffalo 100 miler. Right now it's all smiles. We will update that a little later. We'll see if there's still smiles going on after.
You're not doing that.
All right, we'll see ya. All right, I'm at mile 3 and still all smiles. It is a perfect day for this. There was some snow overnight that has melted, but it was cold enough to kill the bugs. They're starting to hatch about this time of year, and it's also kept all the dust down. So the conditions for a 100 miler today and tomorrow are perfect. All right, this is about mile 7 or so. It's a more scenic spot on the island here. This is Elephant Head. Got a great view of the mountains on the other side of the lake. Gonna run around that whole business as part of this race, and this part's an out and back, so it's not quite on our system, but you pick up a Justin Bieber sticker and put it on your bib. This is mile between 22 and 23, and I'm now on what is called the Mountain View Trail. And if you look off in the distance, I think that might be why they call this the Mountain View Trail. It is the flattest trail to ever have the word mountain in it. I don't think there's 20 feet of elevation gain in the next 12 miles one way, so I will enjoy the view of the mountains and run on flat trail. The weather's been really pretty darn good today. I am at this stage of the race where my face covering has now become my sunburn protection, because I forgot to bring my hat and it's a little too hot to wear my beanie. So anyway, life and times of a 100 miler. I did learn the hard way that a can of Coca-Cola does not hold up well in your backpack while you're running. It exploded at mile 10 and I got a nice Coca-Cola shower. But like everything on these long events, you just have to roll with it. At least I was able to finish the rest of the drink, so that was good. But anyway, it's been a great day out here so far. All right, I'm at mile 24 and thunderstruck by AC/DC just came on. That's a problem. I feel obligated to run fast now, so we'll see if I can keep it under control. It's way too early to run fast. Still on the Mountain View Trail and will be probably until dark, so.
Ultra running can end up having some pretty incredible wardrobe combinations, and this is no exception. I forgot my hat and sunglasses. That's a story for a different day. When you're running a 100-miler, you need a hat and sunglasses always during the day. So Laura let me borrow these sweet grocery store sunglasses, and then I turned my face covering into a neck and ear protector because they were getting pretty fried. And I thought it made me look like a German grandmother. And as I was running down the trail, I saw a woman and her child on the side of the trail, and I just thought I would say to the little kid, "Hey, I look like a German grandma, don't I?" And the kid looked at me with a blank stare, and the mom turned and looked at me and in her thick German accent said, "I'm from Germany." I swear I'm not making this up. It was really pretty funny. So of course I had to push and say, "Well, okay, so what do I look like, a German grandma?" She begrudgingly nodded a little bit, and I ran on just chuckling, could not believe that, what a coincidence that was.
All right, I am at mile 38-ish at an aid station, and I just realized it is time to introduce you to Laura. This is my trail sister. She is helping me out. She's the real MVP today.
Here's your water, friend.
All right. But yeah, you can't do this kind of stuff alone. So it's, well, I mean, you can. It's more fun to do it with friends.
Amen.
Oh, there are some great views from the island here. So it's about 7 o'clock at night. About 41 miles in, pretty much on schedule, feeling good. The thing that makes this really long flat section more doable is these beautiful views. Excited to get around to the other side of the island. I'm hoping to get there in time for sunset because I think it's going to be a beautiful sunset tonight. So I've got to run out around that point and then a couple miles more to the other side of the island, so I think I just might get there before sunset. Sorry, that's probably really bright. It's just cresting that hill, but I think I've got another hour and a half of daylight here, so anyway, it has been a great day. I've got my food and water situation all right so far, so I feel about like you'd expect. Mile 41, I feel like running, so I think I'm gonna sign off. All right, check back a little later, hopefully for sunset. All right, so this is the Great Salt Lake, Antelope Island, which is the venue I'm running this 100-miler on. Is smack in the middle of, well, actually it's not in the middle. It's in completely surrounded by the Great Salt Lake. Shall not try to get too nerdy. But one of the things that the Great Salt Lake has, pretty much one of the very few life forms that can live in a extremely concentrated salty environment, are brine shrimp. And I think the main purpose of brine shrimp is to make this area, on occasion when the wind is just right and other conditions, to make the entire place smell like the junior high basketball team stopped at Taco Bell on the way home from an away game. This is hard to breathe a little bit, but anyway, still beautiful. All right, I am excited. Had to kind of push it a little bit, but I wanted to make it to this side of the island for sunset here. I'll get some more direct pictures when the sun is not glaring so bright, but there's some cool clouds out there, so it is set up to be a great sunset, and that is one of the things I love about these 100-mile races is you get to see a particular area usually from before sunrise on the first day and all the way through the day. Then you get to see sunset, and then those of us that are kind of middle of the pack type runners get to see another sunrise on the second day, and that second sunrise is incredible. It rejuvenates in a way that I did not think was possible. So anyway, we'll get back with this when sunset's in progress. Wow, you can really tell that I am at mile 44. Cognitive function starts to go down a little bit. So one of the things that I do want to do during the race today is actually interview some other runners and ask them why they're out here. We've all got different reasons, but when you get between mile 60 and mile 80, the answers get a lot more honest. So I'm gonna wait until then. Anyway, this sunset is gonna be gorgeous. Sun is setting behind Buffalo Point. That's that mound out there. Got some really pretty pinks and purples and oranges going on here. Sunset is surreal. So the venue for this race is Antelope Island, but the race is actually called the Buffalo Run, and this is why. There is a very large herd of American bison that live and everything on this island, and it's kind of cool to see one right there. So looks like we got somebody else watching. But alright, I'll try to get a picture with the buffalo. Where are we? There we are. And somebody's truck. There we go. Can we talk about this sunset? I kind of wish I was on the other side of Buffalo Point. That looks amazing, but alright, it is about 1:15 in the morning. I am at mile 61. It's been a rough last 4 or 5 hours. It's allergy season here in Utah, and it's also pretty cold and very windy, and just having a little trouble breathing there for a little while. Nothing serious, like it happens during just about every 100 I run. So I've had to go considerably slower than I would like, but it's still fun, and I'm enjoying being out here. Somewhere up ahead is my friend Logan, who came to run with me, and I've been so slow I think he's trying to get warm and run up this hill. So anyway, check back here in a bit. All right, it is Saturday morning. I am at mile 85. Not a lot of filming happened last night. There's not a lot I want to remember. about last night. That was brutal. Temperatures getting colder. As the temperatures were getting colder, had a hard time breathing. And when you're exerting and trying to go uphill, breathing's important. So slowed down to a snail's pace and eventually got there. So, oh hey, this is my crew. This is Laura. She has been, yeah! All right. So anyway, oh man, it's hard to keep a thought going this late in a race. So, all right. Look at this cheering section. Exactly. Would you even say Suba Roo? Yeah. All right.
That's just perfect timing. Hi. Okay, see you in a little while.
All right.
It's only like 100 miles to Lowell Ferry.
Okay, yeah, at least. So, anyway, I found a way to power through the night. It was slow. I actually slept like twice, which I just typically don't do in races. But I've got another one coming up here in a couple of weeks, and goal number one is to finish. Goal number two is to have no injuries or anything that's going to take really any time to rehab from, other than just fatigue. And so far so good on that front. So I'm going to finish about an hour and a half behind what I had hoped, but so what, it happens. You kind of have to expect things like this in events of this nature. So you just got to roll with it, and it just really helps keep the mental game going, because this 100-mile running is, it's a portion physical, but it's a majority mental. So anyway, just try to stay positive. So still feeling good. Just got to run through all this back around that mountain. So another 15 miles or so.
This is the part of the race where you ask your pacer, who has already been up for over 24 hours, helping you stay fed, warm, encouraged on the trail. This is when you ask your pacer to run to the end with your GoPro so they can film your finish. I tend to do something to celebrate at the finish line of every race, and it was fun to have Laura make it there to the finish line to film me coming across. But really the thing that I find is the most rewarding about doing activities like these isn't, the miles or the views, but it's really actually the camaraderie and friendship that you make with other people that are like-minded out on the trails. We're all out there for a reason. Some of us are running away from things. Others of us are running toward things. Other people are just genuinely out there to enjoy nature. I think at some point, all ultra runners have been some combination of all three. But at the end of the day, what really makes me happy and excited about doing these events is getting to share the trail with others. The scenery is fantastic. It's nice to physically and mentally push yourself, but making friendships that are just lifelong, lasting, and completely unbreakable are incredible. So I'm grateful for Laura and her help in this race. As I'm crossing the finish line here, I thought it would be a great idea to do some buffalo horns. Since it is the Buffalo Run, after 100 miles, that seemed like a pretty good idea. The end of a race, the finisher medal is a belt buckle. The belt buckle has its origin in some long-distance horse racing here in the American West.
there were a few people that tried entering these horse races on foot, and at the end were awarded what the horse racers were awarded, which was a belt buckle. And it just kind of stuck, and now this is the traditional 100-mile finisher award that you get for getting to the end. If you guys like this, I hope that you can hit like. If you want to see more things like this, please hit subscribe, and I will see you out on the trail again.